that's going on in the last days. I remember when I first got saved back in the 1980s, and we were in the beginning to start talking about the last days. And I think it's around 1988, it was in the late 1980s, a song came out, I think it was Oh Happy Days. What the singer was name? No. They were singing it on Soul Train, and they were singing it in Circular World and in the church, and the church started changing, and the process of it. And then Kurt Franklin came out around millennial time, and he made a song called Stomp. And and I remember when I was in the world, Parliament made a song, and that was Parliament music, and so forth. So the culture of the black church, and we shouldn't have that terminology, a black church, but the culture and the tradition started changing. You know, Edward Hawkins, you know, and so the process of it and everything started because the church started changing. But now we're in the last days, and people get tested. They have to wrestle within themselves. Job 14:1 in your Bibles. Read.
Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble.
So the day we're looking at people who feel they shouldn't be going through this, tell somebody you're supposed to go through this. Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. 3 days old, and it's something that came. I think they call it child abuse now, but when we were born, they spanked us. I don't think they're allowed to do it now. You know, they hold you upside down, and they take you and they smack your butt. And you ain't been in the world but 5 seconds, and you get a whooping. And they say that's making the baby breathe. Oxygen instead of breathing. So Job was defining it. He said, now even a few days after that, you're going to find out that it's trouble here. But when a person have in their mind that, especially, I think one of the things that kept me, I always look back in the life I lived before I came to God was way worse than what I'm living now. I ain't got too many amens or yes sirs, and maybe that's the problem, because when you look back, maybe you see something different, something better. I don't see it, because I'm not looking at the satisfaction of the flesh. I'm looking at what I feel on the inside. I got hope. Even if I got trouble, I got hope. Tell somebody I got hope. Do you know what it is to live without hope? I thought about it before I got saved. You know, every problem I had to figure it out. Everything that came wrong, I had to try to think of a remedy. Now I got hope. If things don't look too good, if things are not cooperating with me, I got a God to go to. Even if it's unfair, I got to realize that, one, I'm in his hand and God working on me. I'm in his hand and he see everything. Because I remember when I first got saved, you know, thoughts used to come, man, the devil done snuck behind God's back and did something to me. The devil ain't did nothing behind God's back. Are you listening to me? Everything that go on your life, God see it. He right there. But you need to understand something. You're in the hand of the Lord. So why is God allowing this to happen? My Bible study tonight, failure to recovery. It don't mean that you was this perfect being. Even when you first get saved, You still got baby features or natural man abilities. Even spoken tongue, and even the person that does not grow, that's all they did was just speak in tongue, and they wouldn't grow. You could still see the features of the natural man or woman. Why? Because they still get attitudes, they still get mad. You can still feel your flesh just acting crazy. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna probably get too many amens tonight, but I amen for myself. You know, tell somebody I'm saved. I'm going through all of this and I'm saved. I got all of some fight on the inside. I ain't drinking, I ain't smoking, I ain't fussing, I ain't cussing, I ain't fighting, but I got a whole lot of other stuff to deal with. Do anybody here know what I'm talking about? You remember everything you dealing with now, had smoking, cussing, fussing, and fornicating, and all that mess going on, while you still had other issues in your life anyhow. If you wouldn't have been in the church, you would have been a mask coverer. I can see you at Walmart now with like a bandit all the way up. Just see your eyes right there. That's it. We walked in that store yesterday. She said, "Where's your mask? Where's your mask?" And I had to go out and get my mask and put it on. There's a life that we live. There's a process that we go through. Job 5:7, read.
Yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward.
This is how we are born in this life. It's trouble. Where did you come to the place where you feel like you shouldn't be going through nothing? When did you find a part of your life where everything was right? How do you have the audacity to live a life and say, they shouldn't be doing this and they shouldn't be doing this? You went through far more than what I'm dealing with now before you came here. When did you come to the place where you feel like, I ain't finna get too close to nobody and they control me? You can't have me. I ain't loving who you love. I ain't gonna dislike who you dislike. I'm gonna love who God want me to love. I'm gonna have my freedom. I ain't finna be close to you and I can't be close to you because I'm gonna make you mad. No, I will cut you loose because I ain't letting you control me like that. Are you listening to me? Do you know the freedom to walk into the house of the Lord and love everybody? I ain't looking at, I'm sitting here picking out these sisters to pray, and I'm thinking about what spirit gonna talk to the ones whose names I didn't call. Oh Lord. Well, you think Gwen above me? That's who the Lord put in my spirit, Gwen. That don't mean she above. She might be lower than you. He just wanted somebody to cry. He wanted somebody to cry to God. I need a wailing woman. Not somebody who got it all together. Now, I picked the top dogs we got. Arnetta, Sister Rose. I picked big girls. Naturally and spiritually. And why? They're prayer warriors. I know they can knock on heaven's door. They know how to get there. And boy, Sister Rose looked like she was at the gym last night. She was doing some calisthenics. I ain't never seen her exercise like that. This is a wonderful life. God will have you doing stuff you thought you couldn't do. He'll have you going through stuff you thought you couldn't go through. So let's look at failure, Psalms 51. Let's look at failure. And I need you to read the caption in the first verse. So read.
To the chief musician, a psalm of David, when Nathan the prophet came unto him, after he had gone into Bathsheba.
After David gone and had sex with somebody else's wife, Bathsheba. And how What did David see? A woman taking a bath. A woman naked, bathing. It just so happened her name is Bathsheba. So God is so precise that even your tests and your trials are designed. Got a woman named to what a man finna fail. Hold on, let me change that. A man of God finna fail to. You sitting here thinking that, okay, this is, look at him. Look at him. Suppose it's been designed by God. Suppose he orchestrated the thing called your test. He put it all together, and he's saying, now, if you eat this, then I can send this test, and I know you won't fall. If you pray and you eat this, I know you can take the next level. If you pray, you eat this, you love my people, I know you can take the next level. So what caused failure? When you don't get what's needful for the next level. Because he's always dealing with you by praying. He's always dealing with you by getting in his word. And he'll deal with you by loving his people. Do anybody here love the Lord? If you do, it's impossible to say that and you don't love his people. Somebody, no, I don't need no liar tonight. Because you look at about 3 or 4 people. I said 3 or 4 people. I love you and I mean that. Tell them I ain't lying. I mean that. I mean that. I ain't lying. You don't love nobody? I love you. I love you. You love me? Where John at? Okay. Yeah, John. John, I love you. Y'all love the Lord? This is a wonderful life. A man that's been called and he failed. A woman that's been called, but she failed. God put the failure there, but he also showed the recovery. And it's the mindset of a person who have failed. Is how did you approach God with your failure? Or are you approaching God telling him, okay, you need to stop them. You need to tell them to leave me alone. They're over there talking about me. Or if you are, you're approaching him wrong. Because you're telling him, you made a mistake. You let them come over here and do this to me? You done made a mistake. Oh, Lord, I thank you. Brothers, when you tell him thank you, make sure you lift your holy hands. Lord, I thank you. Somebody tell him you're a good God. Matter of fact, don't say it because I told you. Somebody say it on their own. You tell him what you want to tell him right now. Tell him what you want to tell him right now. My city. Go leg out my time. He's a good God. He's a good God. I don't care what tests come. I don't care what trial come. He's a good God. I've been hurt, but he's a good God. My flesh feel bad, but he's a good God. He's still good. He's still good. All kind of mess coming on your mind. He's still a good God. He's good to me. So David approached God in his failure. First verse, read.
Have mercy.
What's that?
Have mercy upon me.
Listen to, first impression mean a lot. So he opened up his mouth, he done committed adultery and had somebody killed. Instead of about, Lord, that woman had no business over there out here butt naked taking no bath. I mean, you don't supposed to take no bath with clothes on. Ain't approach God. I went to the balcony and I looked over there and I saw her over there. She should have covered the curtains or something. He said, Lord, have mercy upon me. Read.
Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions.
So now he acknowledging to God the love that God have. He know God love him. Now you got a problem if you don't know God love you. By now you should know if God love you or not. Do anybody in here know the Lord love them? Do anybody in here know that God loved them? I ain't talking about if you pass. Do you know God love you even if you done flunked some tests? You know God love you. See, now we got a real serious problem if you don't know that. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you passing tests and you did everything right. It's the person that spirits because of the tests. Because we're gonna have tests and trials. We're getting ready to go out. We're always evangelizing, but when you go out, you're not running across people who got it all together. You run across people who more likely going through what you've been through. Do anybody here know what I'm talking about? And there's some new stuff. Now, the millennial generation dealing with stuff more so than my generation did. If you was gay, you stayed in the closet. Because if you came out the closet, you finna get your behind whooped. I mean, they just say, let's beat them up. I mean, they wore masks then and then beat you up, and then you don't know who beat you up, then they might come on and say, what happened? Y'all love the Lord? But now, it's a whole different spirit. It's a whole different spirit. And the church, the Laodicean church started birthing around the 1980s. The Laodicean church started coming out the closet. The lukewarm church. A church that is mocked up into the cares of this world. The church. And that's why Apostle breaking down the guests and the bride, but what he left out was the tares, because what did you sum it up to be? Because it costs more when you forsake all. Many forsook the world, but they didn't come in here and forsake all. I can understand why my wife feel the way she feel when she married to a fool for Christ. Married to a man that can leave and stay away a long time. And ain't worried about him if he's sleeping with somebody else. Gone a long time, laboring in the kingdom. A lot of times she come around, I'll be somewhere and started on a ministry, built the ministry. By the time she walk in there, she see all this kind of stuff and so forth. She know about the storm here, but she ain't come in here till all of this was done. When she walk in the door, she had all too. Because she ain't have to look at it, she ain't have to deal with it, she ain't have to smell the mold, she ain't have to do none of that. She just walked in and seen the environment. Why? Now I see why you was gone. Then you come in and see another new face. Come and see another new face. And she said, who is that? I said, oh, that's brother so-and-so. That's sister so-and-so. All that's in the label. Why? Because she saw me, had to be to work 3:30 in the morning. I'm getting home 12 at night and so forth. And I'm sitting there, my flesh spirit telling me, you're going to die on that road. You're going to die. I'm tired as I don't know what. And I said to the Lord, I said, at least if I'm going to die, I'm on that way to the church that you sent me to. The man of God sent me. So what I'm worried about that for? So now, the price that you're going to pay to stay in one portion of the church. So there's some tests that come, and that's what he was explaining last night. So here you got a man that failed. It's just been called. He in the lineage of Jesus Christ. His seed in the process of the birth. Or I wouldn't say the bloodline, but the parents' bloodline. Mary and Joseph. In the lineage. Mary finna carry God in her belly. God finna wrap himself in flesh and be born of a woman, and she got God in her belly. God in Mary's belly. I can only imagine her nurturing God, giving God milk, feeding God, holding God. I wonder, did he cry like a baby? I know by the time they came to the wedding and Jesus' first miracle with water tasting like wine and so forth, the first miracle, she told them when she walked in the room, she said, whatever he tell you to do, you just do it. So that tells me she saw baby Jesus, kingdom kid Jesus, what's the other one? ATM Jesus and Yam Jesus. She saw some stuff at baby Jesus, ATM Jesus, that a normal baby wouldn't have done. So by the time he's 30 years old, walking into a wedding, she said, whatever he say, y'all do it. Whatever Jesus say, y'all do it. He said, just go and get me some water. Just go and get some water and bring it in him. And then you pray over some water, and then by the time they drink it, they think it's the best wine in the world. But they're just drinking water. Y'all love the Lord? Tell somebody you got to go through this thing. Failure, your approach to God, your conversation with God when you're down, when you're hurting, when your flesh bothers, when people turn on you. And then listen, second verse, what it say?
Wash me thoroughly from my iniquities and cleanse me from my sin.
All he's doing is talking about himself. What's wrong with me? Tell somebody you need to talk about what's wrong with you. You need to examine yourself. This is a self-examination. I ain't talking about what you did to me. I'm talking about what's manifesting in me. He's talking about, what are you talking about? He said, my iniquities. I ain't talking about what people caused it. I'm talking about what's manifesting in me. I need to know what my iniquities are. Help me with my weakness. Help me with my failure. But first, I got to know it. You can't go around and have sorrow on something that you don't even think wrong with you. So I got to take you down a route so you can see yourself. But if you all hung up in a position, all hung up in a title, and that was your primary goal, just to get in a position, just becoming in a title and think you made it. I want a relationship with God. And having a relationship with God, you're going to go through something. Somebody tell God thank you. So he said, for I acknowledge my transgressions, my sin is ever before me. I'm confessing my sins, they before me. What I feel is on me. It ain't what they did, it's what I'm doing. Tell somebody you need to talk about what you're doing. Not what they did, but what you're doing. Something trying to keep you away. And then, after you see my iniquities on me, then I'm dealing with a conversation. Against thee, and thee only have I sinned. We're dealing with, so now, let's acknowledge what is God's will? St. John 17:21, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. He said, now, we got to come together so the world can see that we the real ones. So what the enemy do? Have a little separation. Got little cliques. Got little spirits that you pick up against each other. But like they're not allowed to do you wrong, but you're allowed to be wrong. Oh, y'all don't want to hear the truth. Somebody tell him thank you. We shout, but what you shouting about? Yes, sir. Because you won the battle, you won the argument. You know, you beat up somebody. You convince somebody that they understand why they over there ain't right. I was breaking down to you on the call today. You know, we had our little Zoom call. I said, hey, who you talking to? Yeah, I know. And it's a life that you have. And that's called respect. That's all. You know, some people get bitter, and some people have respect. I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to be in this position. You know, so, do you have respect for one another? Can I say, you know, when I started, looked like I was climbing a little bit, then it looked like brothers trying to pull you down, sisters trying to pull you down. Tell somebody, but you still got to climb. You still got to climb. Because they can see you trying to come up a little bit. You look like you're trying to come. You ain't going to stay down here in the crab in the bucket with me. Look like you're trying to climb up out of here. You're trying to go above the sun. You know, look like you ain't going to be hanging with me long. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. When you can see a person in a condition, in a situation, and they sitting there, they ain't changing. Lord, I want to change. I got to be more like you. So now, recovery. Whose job is it? Somebody who, it ain't in your lessons, I think it's 2 Timothy 2:24. Somebody read it.
And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves.
There's a certain mindset when you call yourself leadership. There's a certain mindset when you call yourself that you supposed to be over these people, or you think you're above, and then you all esteem people that are not manifesting the spirit of leadership. Let somebody tell you because they've been saved longer than you, and then they feel like they know more than you, and you let them stay there in that position. Now the servant of the Lord, what that 24th verse say? What is it?
And the servant of the Lord must not strive.
One, the servant of the Lord, the real leadership ain't striving. They ain't got to contend or chide with you to be who they are, or going around trying to make somebody respect you because of a title. And by the way, you don't get the same respect as the bishop. So don't be trying to go around trying to make people do, oh, you do this for bishop, you don't do this for me. Yes, they do. I'm turning down money they're trying to give me. You trying to get all you can get. Oh, y'all don't want to hear the truth? I mean, people just walk up to me, you know. I said, what you doing there? Somebody walked up last night, just handed me a whole bunch of money. I said, what is this? I said, oh, that's for you. For what? You know, that's yours. I said, I ain't gonna argue with you. Yeah. Why? Because I know they're trying to get a blessing. I know they're trying to get something and so forth. Now, that ain't something that you come at. Oh, give me $500 and you're gonna be blessed. No, that ain't how I get my blessing. filling station, and then they wasn't, you talking about the hood. They don't even use debit cards at the store. I went to go to, you go to get your gas and stick the card in the machine. I ain't seen no hole to put no card in. I said, wait a minute, where the thing at? Dang. So I went in there with my card. She said, we don't take no debit cards. Put your mask on. I had to walk out the door and get my mask out of my pocket and put it in. I said, man, she said, we don't take no cards. Cash money only. So Pastor gave me the card to put the gas in there. And I said, well, let me, because I know that if I go out there and say that, then he's going to say, let me go to him. So I just went on ahead and paid the lady, and then came out with his card. After I pumped the gas, and I said, well, here go your card. They don't take cards. And the car was already full. And so in the process of it, he said, oh, Bishop, I'll get up back to you. I said, no, sir. No, sir. It's my honor to drive and to fill up this car. I felt it's an honor. God gave me strength. And Broom over there picking at us. How God got two men that can drive and they riding together to another state. Both of them, they don't drive nowhere. We got there by grace and mercy and bike. And he still preached the house down. Y'all love the Lord? This is a wonderful life. Now, 2 Corinthians 4:1 in your lesson. Read.
Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Are you going to fit into the category? Because in this great wedding, you got people that's coming, that's friends, that people that God called, the people that we called in. But do you have a relationship that one of the wounded ones, one of the guests coming in hurting, but they're a friend of yours, they're a friend of God's? Are you gonna be careful what you do to hurt somebody that God called? Are you gonna be mindful of a person that the bishop have embraced in? Somebody that one of you all witnessed to. Are you gonna be mindful of it when you Leo, I don't like you. Man, I bust you up. And then that person sitting there, Newt sitting there, talking, I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave this church. They're talking about fighting. And that's all I was doing with him. Look, we don't still talk slang language. We don't say, hey, what's up, dog? We don't do that around here. Ain't them. I'm in there. Elder Goose got his phone and talking, row. I said, Elder Goose, you got a dog in here? What's wrong with him? I know he in a wheelchair, but you don't need no seeing our dog. He ain't coming up in here. I said, Elder Cooper, you got a dog in here? That Dr. Stimmer's called a German Shepherd or something. Y'all love the Lord? This is a wonderful life. Wonderful life. God's will. Psalms 18:1.
To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, who spake unto the Lord the words of his song in the day.
The words of what?
Of this song in the day, that the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies, and from the hand of Saul. And he said, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength.
He said, now, what my enemies did was make me love you more. What my failure did made me love you more, because I realized you could have consumed me. You had a right to kill me. You had a right to let me die out there while I was in my mess, but yet you got mercy upon me. So the more I see myself, the more I realize he loved me. Do anybody here know God loved you? If you ain't seen yourself, then you'll think, well, if he loved me while I'm going through this, he loved me. So I felt honored to drive and pay out of my pocket. I feel it's an honor to suffer with Christ instead of the devil. Tell somebody you're going to suffer with somebody. You ain't suffering with you. Ain't number two masters. You're either going to suffer with the devil or you're going to suffer with God. It's an honor. Lord, I want to tell you, thank you for every test, every trial, everything, because you was with me. You said you'll never leave me nor forsake me. So I got to give you praise because I felt my flesh in the process of it. I felt what crane crossed my mind that you stopped me from doing. I got to give you praise. I got to give you glory. It can't cross my mind to cuss you out, but you kept me. And I got to tell you, thank you. Lord, I got to tell you, thank you. I wish I had some people in here that God kept. Against your own will, he kept you. Because you was ready to go and do it. You was ready. It was all in your spirit. It was in you. Man, I'll bust you in your, and God just kept you. I hope I'm talking to the right people. He kept you. You almost went and slept with him. You were getting ready, and then God just kept you. I was getting ready to walk away from this and walk out the door and never come back. And God kept me. He kept me. I know he loved me because I was ready to go. I was ready to give up. I was ready to give in, and he kept me. I know he loved me because he kept me against my will. I was ready to fail, and he kept me. Tell somebody, God love you. You ought to know it because you felt like leaving. You felt like doing it. You felt like saying it. You felt like balling up your fists. You ought to look at 2 or 3 people, tell them God had mercy on you. Because if he would have let me do what I want to do, me and you wouldn't be sitting here together. I would have tore your behind up. I would have had to back slap you. You don't deserve a front slap. I had to do a plow. I had to do a Scarface slap. Y'all love the Lord? God love you. Against you. He love you. Even he's still with you. You know you didn't pass the test, but I still have his love. What he doing? The more I go wrong, the more he pull me closer. Tell the Lord thank you. So now the bride, 8:28 Romans. The bride calculating everything. He that's spiritual judges all things. So the bride calculates everything. Romans 8:28. Read.
And we know that all things work together.
Tell somebody all things. All things. The little problem I got with you, the little problem I got over here, the problem you got in your flesh, the problem you got in your money. Any of y'all got a money problem? You need to stop it. You stimulus people? Oh, I forgot. You know, Heather finna get a Samsung 21. You know, no. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I went too low. Samsung Note 21. I belittled it. Yeah. That's the signs of stimulus. What's that? Oh, excuse me. Okay, all right. Again, excuse me. I'm talking too low here. You know. Rich for a day. I'm very healthy today. I'll be broke tomorrow. But let me get my fresh 24 hours, please. Stimulus 24 hours. This is a wonderful life. You know, Leo said often, and when somebody said often, they be feeling it. This is a wonderful life. Man, just be real with it. This is a wonderful life. Let me tell y'all something. This is a wonderful life. And I'm not just saying this just to say it. This is the most beautiful life I can live. But man, you'll sure get hurt in here. But I got hope. I'm not depending on God to straighten you. I'm depending on him to straighten me. And I'm not finna be sitting over here thirsty because they thirsty. Knew somebody coming to church, they always done, they're having dreams and fantasies and everything else. Y'all love the Lord. And then when somebody act like they saved, they don't want half dog and half saved. They want a little bit of dog. You know. Y'all love the Lord. Tell the Lord thank you. Tell him thank you. But I was where's Gerald Patterson? Gerald Patterson here? Oh yeah. Gerald Patterson. You know, I sent y'all a text and I knew Gerald Patterson got flip phone mind, you know. And so he kept texting back to me, JCCOGTB. I said, oh Lord. So I texted him, no, text is the 54244, you know, and he kept texting it back to me. I said, no, I'm not gonna talk with him anymore. When I see him, I'm just gonna take his phone. Cause I ain't got time to try to break the thing, cause he got a flip phone mind. And then I'm sitting there, and his phone talks back a fight or something. I'm smashing the thing, and it won't cooperate, and so forth. But the thing is, so when I saw him, I knew not to bother him about it. I just said, hey, let me hold your phone. You got to know how to approach people. When you feel a person don't know what you know, it's how you approach them. Because you get that arrogant and think that you better, and you probably do know more than another person, but how did you approach them? Did your approach cause them to respond a certain way? Say, man, you know what, you so dumb. I don't understand why you so dumb. I understand what? He my generation, and we weren't born, these millennials born with this stuff. Look, the only time we saw a cell phone was on the TV, on Joe show, or Canon, or one of them privatized with the phone in the car, the whole big old house phone in the car. And you won't walk around with it, it's in the car. And then they could talk riding down the road in the car, big old house phone. And you had to be rich to have one of them. Y'all love the Lord? We weren't born with this stuff. So I knew who I was talking to, and I knew he was trying. So my approach to him was presentable. So he started asking me, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. So I started helping him doing it. It's how did you approach people with problems? Did you have enough love in your approach, even for correction? Tika Mills came in today, and Dante with the holler. I guess, I don't know if he thought Tika Mills was in the casket or what, but, and she said, who is that? Who are you? And Dante just, you don't know me? And then it's like she looked at him and, what happened to you? You know, and I went to teaching about how God loved Peter, and he failed. And the young man that the triplet Joy brought with a name, and Maurice said, I felt like he was talking direct to me. He was talking to me. You know, when people think like that. So I imagine, I don't know if he asked you or not, you told that man about me or something, but he didn't have that privilege to think that somebody sitting here done told me about him. He's sitting in a Bible study, listening to the teaching, and then, now I think he met me once before, but we have never really conversated anything. He just saw me and I saw him. And so that's why I was sitting back there talking about, I done seen you somewhere before, because I've been around him before. And so forth. And so he sat there, he said, this is coming to me. This direct to me. Are you fighting when the word come to you? Or are you accepting it? Because we're talking about from failure to recovery. What God do for a person when they're weak. What he do for a person when they're struggling. So the bride take all things work together. Everything. The good, the bad, the holy. Then when you finally get to that secret place, you get in that secret place. In that secret place, then compassion is birthed in a secret place. A relationship with God, but compassion from other people, because in order to get there, he had to totally let you see yourself. He had to let you see how messed up you was. I tell you, this wrong with you, you go to God, he fixed that. The next thing wrong with you, go to God, he fixed that. The next thing wrong with you, you go to God, he fixed that. And now when I look among you all, who in the world can I point my finger at? Tell somebody God's still working on me. How in the world can I sit here and talk about you or talk about you and talk about you? Because I had to go and he had to fix me, he had to fix me, he had to fix me. So what I look like talking about you when he had to fix me? Some people just where you used to be. Somebody tell God thank you. Tell him we having church now. I'm trying to keep the saved. Preaching is for the world and for evangelism. I'm trying to keep these people who are going through these issues. Feel like that you're the only one. Don't feel like your sorrow. Yeah, so let's go to Jeremiah 32 in your Bibles. And the 38th verse, 39th verse, what it say?
Jeremiah
32 and 38 is in your lesson.
And they shall be my people, and I will be their God. And I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them.
So whatever you do, gonna affect your bloodline. Whatever you do. He said, now I'm gonna do it. One, I want you to fear me, and I'm doing this for your good and for the good of your children. I want you to fear me. I don't want you to feel like you could do anything. Feel like you can act any kind of way. I like that thing Pastor said last night. You know, the bride got on the long dress, the longest one. You around here, you know, taking your pictures and on Facebook, you know. See, now you know a lot of people got another page that we ain't, they don't let us in. They got the holy page and they got skanky skank page. And then I got some private investigators who undercover brothers and sisters too. And they're your friend. And then Bishop, you know, so-and-so twerking on Instagram, on Snapchat. Is that thing, what's his name, Snapchat? Snapchat. You know, they twerking. I said, Lord, Bishop, you want to see it? I said, I don't know about that. I trust you. I believe you. I don't want to even see it. I just believe you, because if you lying, something gonna happen to you. So I'm gonna trust what you said. You know, somebody on working with a pole. heavy metal. Y'all love the Lord? Tell somebody, I just want to be saved. And what do? I still got to help. I ain't got no hell to put nobody in. They come, we got to be ready. We got to still love. We got to still help. We got to embrace. Because even if they were twerking, they ain't no demon. They ain't down loose here. Come out of him. These fornicators, they ain't no demon. That's part of your flesh. You can't say come out in the name of Jesus. No, you got to bring your body under subjection. These attitudes and this madness and all this stuff, no demon. I'm talking, come out. You know I was casting out Alicia and I couldn't get it. What's your name, Alicia? So they named it Civil. And because all she did was get mad. That's all. There ain't no demon. You know what happened? She had cold in her throat. Call on Jesus enough, it'd be pulling stuff up. Y'all love the Lord? That wasn't no demon, that's cold. Need some Pepto-Bismol. Y'all love the Lord? Why? What are we going to do with these people who walk with God and fail? How did God treat them? What did he do? They need help. The danger is what we're going to do with a Brittany. Where Brittany? Brittany. Yeah. What are we going to do? Person in the world still ain't happy. Go out there and do what you want to do, and you realize, wait a minute, I still ain't happy. And then they trying to come back. Who gonna take the time? It ain't necessarily mean I'm down here side you. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Maybe a little love to help them to repent, make them feel comfortable just coming back. Can they just feel comfortable and not feel edgy? You know, how everybody sit there and talk to one another and then they don't even sit over there and talk with a person, so you make them feel like they're ostracized. What we're going to do is to my daughter Sunshine. She's still my daughter. She crazy as a butt tickle, but she's still my daughter. I remember China was in her belly. Where China at? Stand up, China. I remember China. How old China now? Huh? 9. I remember when China was in her mama's belly. China, you didn't know me. Did you feel it when I laid hands on your mama when you was in her belly? I'm trying to help you, baby. Look like you came out all right, too. And Peaches was a little bit, Peaches was smaller than, how old Peaches? What? Stand up, Peaches. Oh, sit down. Make the pastor feel old. Oh, damn, I'm trying to talk about this little bitty baby around here. And my goodness. And what we supposed to do, we heard them speaking in tongues. Every now and then, Shamika, she'll contact me. It be getting so heavy on her, so heavy. And then what? I ain't around for you to blame it on me now. See, I just want you to pray for me. I just want you to pray for me. We got to have compassion for that person that was once in, and they trying to fight. They still got flesh. I know I helped Jalen, but I know how far to go. I can't force him, and I don't make him feel like I am forcing him. If he feel like he want to leave, I say, okay, but what time you ready to go? You know, why? Because down the road, I know, tell somebody, you got to want this. You got to want it for yourself, not because I'm here nice to you, just because people kind to you. Somewhere, it's you and Jesus. It's you and Jesus. You and Jesus. I'm here because of him. I thank God for your prayers, but I'm in here because of him. And since he brought me in here, and you ain't running me out. What you do? Y'all love the Lord? Tell somebody I ain't going nowhere. Why? Because I'm not going to be miserable in heaven. So I had 7 sisters to get together and intercede for another one, to just bear one another's burden. But I ponder how we're going to get through this season, because God getting ready to send back backsliders. There's many backsliders coming back. They're coming back. They're coming back home. They're coming back home. They're coming back. How you going to act when Quisha walks? Or you going to walk up, hey, you think I can get a free how do? Since you back here, can I get a free how do? You going to charge that much? Y'all love the Lord. The brothers went in there when I went in the clothes store. They saw my game. And I walked in there. I said, let's get this straight right now. I ain't paying this tag on him. I ain't paying. I said, okay, sir, all right. Then he gonna tell me what I'm paying. I said, I ain't paying that neither. I ain't paying what you just said. And so he said, well, what do you want to pay? I told him what I'm going to pay. That's what I'm going to pay. He said, no, I can't do that. I said, well, I'll see you later then. I said, hold up. Hold up. I said, let me go and get the owner. I said, well, that's who I should have been talking to the whole time. I'm not talking to you. And he said, well, sir, I will do it, but you're going to pay taxes. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not paying no taxes neither. I told you what I'm going to pay, and that's it. Now, I don't have to have this. You know, I'm kind of like doing you a favor. So you can let me walk out here with money. Then, you know, you just flash it in their face. Do you want this or not? I just flash half. I just flash half, you know. Pull out, I got a red card. A red debit card. You know. He said, okay, sir. I said, well, we good then. We're good. And they did it exactly where I told them to do. And I left. When you know, I'm a king's kid. You're a king's kid. We got privileges. So I don't act like I'm part of this world. Tell somebody you've been called out. I've been called out. At least I left from out there. But the only thing is, once you come in here, are you going to let him call you in to that covenant relationship? He privy us to be in all truth. I'm talking about the last days, we done got in deeper truth. In the last days, when you see the great falling away, taking a place all around us, they're changing on this, they're changing on this, they're questioning this doctrine, questioning this doctrine. Tell somebody ain't nothing like the real thing. And then not only that, he showed us his spiritual side the whole time. Now he's giving us the natural side. The natural side of eating, the natural side of living, and so forth. This This is for your health. That's the book Apostle wrote. This is for your health. They ain't got nothing to do with your salvation. So if you choose, I'm saved, and I'm sick, man. I'm saved. You know, I just want to be saved, but I want to be healthy. Oh, Bishop, add another piece. I just want to be saved for real, but I want to be healthy. It's His will that you prosper and do what? That's God's will. You steady. Jalen over there looking at the kids eating McDonald's. Said, Bishop, this is temp. This is tempting. Man, self ain't got no self-control. Where's self at? He sleep? Oh, Lord, look at it. Look at skinhead. That boy, where Ira at? Ira here? I said, Ira, do you know anybody else named Ira? Yes, you. I said, boy, I named you. What's your name? Ira. Well, how y'all, I don't think they changed their last name so much, I don't know what to call it. What's your last name now? Salsa? I thought it was sausage. At one time I thought it was sausage. So it's saucy or not? Okay, all right. They going back to America. Y'all love the Lord? You know, and then I look at them kids, these kids be so, Jordan just be wanting to be around me. You know, I look at all the kids want to be around me but Jonathan. I don't know. So I'm confessing today I call him a gremlin. I said, you ain't no more old gremlin. That's all you hear. You know, well, then he went to looking like one. I can't do it back to you, but you know what I'm talking about, boy. You know, because I try. What I'm doing, I'm trying. So what I'm doing in the natural realm, I'm trying, and I'm gonna win him over. It ain't gonna stay like this. I'm gonna keep on loving him. You know, I come by, rub his head, keep walking, then then I keep walking, and then he'll look back at me like I'm finna do something. And then I don't pay no attention. Cause why? So I'm trying to win him over. That's all I'm trying to do. But are you gonna go the extra mile to win that backslide over? The sinner come in, all y'all just loving it. The sinner come in, oh, come on, call on that name, call on that. What about the person who used to be here and backslid? Was you gonna have compassion? Or you gonna bring up what they did? Oh, you know what? When you was here, I had an alt against you. And they trying to get back him. And you talking about what you had against them. Tell somebody, Lord, help us. It's a wonderful life. So what am I going to do? Romans 8:18. Read.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
You're going through something right now, but it ain't compared to what's coming up ahead. Somebody tell the Lord, thank you. Do anybody here love the Lord? Can you give him 7 minutes? Can you give him 7 minutes? Right where you at? Give him 7 minutes.